So, last weekend I attended my friend Mike's wedding. Everything was set for a beautiful ceremony in the garden of this quaint little estate. The sun was shining, the flowers were in bloom, and the string quartet was playing a lovely rendition of Here Comes the Sun. As we all took our seats, I noticed Mike's grandpa Joe, who had just arrived from Florida, squinting at the officiant with a peculiar intensity. I thought maybe it was because he forgot his glasses, but then I overheard him mumbling something about rabbits and hats. I figured he'd just been hitting the open bar a little early. As the ceremony began, the officiant, a rather tall and sharply dressed man, started with the usual proceedings, but Grandpa Joe kept getting more and more restless. Every few minutes, he'd lean over to the person next to him and whisper, "When's he gonna start the show?" At one point, Grandpa Joe even stood up and shouted, "Let's get to the good part, Houdini." People chuckled awkwardly, thinking he was just being his charming, albeit eccentric self. But I realized that Grandpa Joe had completely mistaken the officiant for a magician, and he genuinely expected a magic show to unfold. In a hilarious turn of events, the officiant, who apparently had a great sense of humor, decided to play along. With a dramatic flourish, he reached behind the podium and pulled out a bouquet of carrots instead of a rabbit. Grandpa Joe's eyes widened in amazement, and he clapped enthusiastically, shouting, "Now that's a trick." The crowd roared with laughter, and even Mike and his bride couldn't help but giggle at the absurdity of it all. It was the kind of moment that made you realize why you go to weddings in the first place, for the memories, the laughs, and the unexpected twists that make the day unforgettable. As the ceremony concluded and the newlyweds walked down the aisle, Grandpa Joe approached the officiant and shook his hand, saying, "Best wedding I've ever been to. Though next time, maybe pull a hair out of your hat instead of just a carrot. But hey, at least you didn't make a turnip for the books."